Working in an advanced D6 dementia unit facility takes a special sort of commitment from the people that work there, because the residents are more shut down, more shut off, and often more aggressive than in the first level D3 dementia unit facilities. So at the dementia units that I've worked at, D6 dementia units that I've worked at, it's been mainly New Zealanders that have staffed them. They're pragmatic, they're hardworking, they're practical, and they're fantastic. One of these facilities was pretty barren, all lino, communal bathrooms, small bedrooms, little view, but it had a real warmth. And that was because the staff were kind and caring and had developed a really good rapport with the dementia residents. So it's very important to find a facility that does work for your relative and to consider these various aspects when you go into the dementia units, when you're looking for a placement, a D6 placement for your dementia, your family member with dementia, if indeed they need to go into this advanced care. Now, with this particular facility that I explained, that was pretty barren, with just the lino and the communal bathrooms, and it was austere, it did have a very nice little backyard, nicely groomed. The gardener had made a special effort with it. There were little seats outside under umbrellas, and it was just a great asset. It really was. And many of the dementia residents would go outside and walk around the grounds and sit and have a chat or lie down or whatever. And it really made a huge difference, because other than that, there was just a congested dining room, these small bedrooms, and nothing much to sort of go with. But that little outside area made a big difference. Now there's another, I'm just explaining a couple of examples, because every facility is very different. And it's important that when you go around the facilities to choose the placement for your relative, that you look out for key signs. Now, firstly, if you can, when you go to visit these facilities, just ask if you can just sit down and have a cup of tea, rather than just touring around quickly for 5 minutes. You can't take everything in. Just say, look, do you mind, after you've had the tour, do you mind if I just sit down and have a cup of tea and observe for a while? And they won't say no to that. Now, when you sit down and observe, notice, do the dementia residents look happy and settled? That's a big one. Secondly, are the staff friendly and positive and smiley? Not smiling all the time, but friendly, a warm expression. Have they got a warmth? And then, of course, the facilities. And has it got an outside area? If your relative is mobile and walks, especially important, it has an outside area for them to walk in. So they're really the key things to look at, because facilities, while nice, really don't make too much of a difference by the time a person is at D6 dementia care. They want warmth, love, care, and a place to walk in if they can walk. It's nice, of course, to have a nice bedroom, but if there's a choice between nice facilities and good staff and an outside area to walk in, really good staff and an outside area are the things to go with. Because there was another dementia facility I frequented, in contrast to this one I've just explained. Beautiful facilities, magnificent, carpeted, lovely big rooms, lovely views, lots of light, but icy, especially from senior staff. No warmth. The carers may be, but the front staff, the senior staff, the charge nurses, I don't know what was happening in that place, but there was no warmth. And it was very apparent that, dementia residents were being restrained and medicated. And it was not a good atmosphere, in contrast to this other place that was very warm and friendly. And the staff there, you could see and feel, were going out of their way to help the residents, whereas this place was a different level altogether. And you can pick up these things when you go in, especially if you've been to a few places, you can compare and contrast. That does help. Also, word of mouth, if you know of someone who's had a relative there, or you can ask around and see what people maybe they've lived at the retirement village and they know what the dementia unit is like from friends and family that have experienced it. Just use your contacts to find out about these things. Just don't go with the first thing available. So that's about D6 dementia units and what you need to look out for. And of course, support from family always goes a long way. In the first dementia D6 unit I worked at, because it was such a warm, friendly atmosphere, relatives visited a lot and regularly. It was actually really nice. There were 2 or 3 relatives that used to come every lunchtime and help feed their relative, because often at that level feeding's difficult. And it was a lovely little community and nice to be part of, really nice. So we just sometimes have to go beyond the situation a little bit and just see where the connections are, where the warmth is, where the connection, heartfelt connection is, because that's actually what sustains you at the end of the day once the person gets advanced dementia. So I've written about these topics in these 2 books, The Resident's Voice from a Dementia Unit and The Resident's Rise from a Dementia Unit. Companion books, both on Amazon and my website, all in the description below. And these books are about the experiences of the dementia residents, that they were generous and kind enough to tell me about their experiences, what they were going through, and what they feel and what they say dementia residents need to live in these dementia facilities and have a quality of life. They said, you know, you have to write it down, Pieta. They were adamant about it. You must write it down. We've made all this effort and this work can't go to waste. It needs to help the people coming on. So that's why I've done this work. Been a rather massive amount of work writing 2 books and the 1,000 videos. But because of your support and your comments and your commitment to subscribing and keeping up with the viewing, it really inspires me. So thank you for your help, your support, your encouragement. Please pass on the links and please subscribe. Thank you.